Hello, welcome to a new video. Today we are going to talk about the vowel combinations in Dutch. These vowel combinations are very important and they are going to be an essential part of the language. So it's very important to focus on these parts, especially in the beginning, and also to revise it later on to make sure you have the correct pronunciation. So these vowel combinations are going to have some variations depending on who's the one speaking. So depending on where you are from, let's say you are from Antwerp, you might have a different pronunciation as someone from Amsterdam, for example. So as someone who's learning the Dutch language as a second language or third language, just try to differentiate between these two and try to identify where the borders are. Try to see for yourself, okay, the Ö sound, I have to make it like this. If I'm going to make it differently, there might be confusion with Ö sound, for example. I will guide you throughout these different vowel combinations. So try to really focus, maybe pause the video at certain moments to try to recreate these sounds yourself. Try to record yourself to check if you get the hang of it, and recording yourself will be essential in this process, especially if you're studying the language on your own. This brings us to the first sound, which is the O. So we can see AU and OU. They are both being pronounced as O. So how can we know which one to write? You just learn it by heart. So we, for example, have the words blow, pauze, vrouw, and houden. Each one of these has the same sound, however, focus on the way you pronounce it. There's no difference between the two, and also on how to write it. Then we have E. E is the I and the E. We will pronounce it as E. So we have hier, dier. Secondly, we have eeuw. So we will identify E and the U and usually a W. This sound will be as if we say E and we add the W sound to it. So just E, W. So eeuw. For example, nieuw. Further, we have the A sound. Here again there are two combinations, the E and the I, or the I and the J. Both are being pronounced the same way. So have eigen, meisje, eis, blij. Try to maybe pause the video at this moment, try to pronounce it yourself, try to get a hang of the sound, and try to improve yourself based on this on the sound itself. This brings us to ui. So we have, for example, the word geluid, which means sound, or lui, which means lazy. Ui. Then we have ö. The e and the u is ö. So we have kleur, deur. Then we have oe. So for example, bloem, which is flower, groen, which is green. Same as the thing we previously discussed, the EU and the E sound. Here again we have a combination of U and an added letter. So we have U and the Y sound. Oei. So U and the Y. Oei. Koeien. This brings us to another type of vowel combination, which is O and the Y sound. Oi. Oi. So mooi, beautiful. Another one is eeuw. So E and the W sound. Eeuw. Leeuw, for example, which means lion. These are the most common vowel combinations. As a last slide, a little bonus, there are also consonant combinations. So to start, we can see that the CH would be a G sound, just like the letter J in the alphabet, G. So also here you have to really focus on the spelling and learn these by heart. So we have, for example, the name Brecht. Secondly, we have SCH, which would be schuur. Just pay attention depending on where the stress falls on the word. We will find that sometimes the can also be pronounced as s. So for example, Belgische or Belgisch. Here it comes at the end. You'll find there might be a possibility of S. Schuur, we can see the SCH is at the beginning. When it's at the beginning, we are always sure it will be pronounced as schuur, school, for example. Another consonant combination is ng, which will be n, like king, koning. Be careful with the ng sound, don't make it a ng or a nk. If you're going to add a sound at the end, you're going to cause confusion with the nk. So for example, bank, which means bank. So try to focus on these ones in particular as well. Try to maybe get an article so you can really get a hang of these sounds. This brings us to the end of this video. So maybe rewatch as much as you want. Try to get a hang of these sounds. They are very important. Try to also identify these sounds with other speakers. For example, people from Antwerp, people from the Netherlands, they will have another pronunciation of those. You can kind of choose how you are going to pronounce them as long as they are connected to the sound itself. So for example, might have a slightly different pronunciation of it, depending on what your teacher is, for example, or where your teacher is coming from, or which media you're going to consume. Might have a more Amsterdam type of way of talking, for example. For example, O might be more ow. These things are normal as long as they stay within the ranges of the sound itself. If you would make ow sound like a, it would be wrong. So try to pay attention to this. Try to maybe consume media. Try to watch videos with subtitles so you can pick up these particular sounds, and try to record yourself while talking and reading. These are like the main tips I would give before ending this video. It's going to be very important to train these and to be focused on them. So I wish you the best of luck, and I would like to see you again in the next video.